And probably just going back to the timing of the day as well. So after the ceremony, then you head off on location for a couple of hours, and you usually just stay until you drop the couple off at the reception, don't you?
Yes, yeah.
And is there any pressure of a time to get them back, or are you
Not
guys...
usually. We know in advance as to when everything's supposed to be happening, so we've already discussed that with them.
Yep.
And so they say, look, we've got to be back at the reception by 6 or 6:30. We endeavour to get them there at that time, but if they're not too worried about getting back on time, we don't push them. We don't say, oh, right. Time to go, you know.
That's right,
we just sort of say, you know, we just let it happen, obviously, because sometimes they want to get a few more shots, a few more photos, that sort of thing.
So if couples are just starting out and just trying to work out what cars that they like and are going to best suit their wedding, and say that they've just started calling, they've called 5 different car companies from a magazine or Googled them, how do they distinguish between good and bad service in the wedding car industry?
Okay, it is fairly difficult for them, I would imagine, to, from a phone call, determine whether they're going to get good service or not, I think. I'd probably look at, see, we're a very non-pressure type people. We feel we give them every opportunity to come and view the cars and to do our best to you know, have the cars for them on the day if they're available. But we certainly don't like pushing people into booking them, because I just feel that they don't need that pressure. You know, it's a decision that they have to make on their own. As far as what service they're going to get, it's pretty hard to tell. I guess you'd have to look into their testimonials. I would go onto their website and look at their testimonials from brides to see what the others have said about them, because that's a really good way of knowing, you know, what people think of you. If they've got no testimonials, well, obviously either they don't worry about sort of their reputation, or maybe they haven't had any good ones, you know.
And that should be your first warning sign, I guess.
Yeah, but there's horses for courses. I mean, look, you know, you might get the bride and groom that want the muscle cars and the, you know, they love that sort of feel and doing burnouts and everything like that. And then there's the ones that want something a little bit more classy, you know, and the more, like what ours is sort of more of the antique, the old, you know, and that sort of nice feel to it. And then obviously, you know, you've got your Hummers and your brides that like those. So it's depending on what they're after, really. But I think it's, you know, if I was ringing, I would want to get a really good feeling going between the person I was talking to on the phone, and a good rapport, knowing that, you know, they're a nice type of person, and that, you know, I'm going to be looked after by those types of people on the day. Yes. You know, and not someone that would brush you off and just treat you as another client who... And
just be a driver
just
for the day.
Just be a driver and take the money and don't really care about you. See, we go to an nth degree to make sure that the bride's happy. We would do anything for our brides on the day, just to keep them happy and calm, and, you know, I mean, I've wiped mud off girls' stilettos, and, you know, I've sewn up their bra straps, and I've done all sorts of things. So
it all comes with the job, doesn't it, when you're in the wedding industry?
So you've got to love, you really have to love what you're doing.
Yes.
And really, you know, love people and working with them. Yeah. And being like, you know, I think that's important. I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, no, I think so, definitely. So, and what about, is there any accreditation in the industry that they can look out for as well?
Yes, there is. We have to be accredited by the Department of Transport to basically be able to have a wedding car business. We're restricted, actually. Unless you have a hire car plate or licence, you can't do anything other than, as long as you're accredited by the Department of Transport, we can't do anything other than weddings, formals or funerals.
Right.
Okay, so we're basically restricted to that. Okay. But that suits us, because we don't want to be out at midnight on a Saturday night, or driving to the airport picking up people on a Sunday or a midweek. You know, this suits us, because this is what we want to do.
Yeah.